Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Colton Burr and I started this channel to help you learn more about personal finances, understanding the mindset of a business owner, and providing inspiration to achieve the goals you want in your life. Today, I want to talk about why I love permanent life insurance for kids. Now, before we really get into this, I want to put in a disclaimer and I want to say, just because there are benefits to what we talk about today does not at all mean that it's a one size fits all. And you should be discussing this with an advisor, and a needs analysis should be done to determine if it's the right fit for your family or not. Now let's get into it. Here are the top 4 reasons why we chose to purchase permanent life insurance for our kids. The first is because it locks in their insurability for life. The scary reality today is that kids are increasingly becoming more sick earlier in life, and we want to make sure that we're planning ahead. With a permanent insurance policy, we have the ability to really do 2 things. One is to make sure that, God forbid, anything were to happen to our children, the last thing we would want to have to worry about at that time are finances. So when you have a policy on your children, it makes sure that if something ever happened, that is not going to have to be on your mind. But the other reason is that no matter what happens to our kids, they will always be able to have insurance coverage. I have seen families whose children have unfortunately been diagnosed with major illnesses as young as 2 years old. Now, thankfully, they will still go on to live a long life and have a family of their own, but unfortunately, they will never be able to qualify for insurance again. So the fact that we got it for our kids while they were young, before anything happens, they're gonna be able to have that coverage the rest of their lives, no matter what. And in some cases, you can even guarantee that you can increase the amount of coverage that they have at future times, regardless of what their medical history turns out to be. And the second big reason why we like permanent life insurance is it allows us to build a tax sheltered asset for our children while they're young. Now, depending on the type of policy you choose and how you set it up, this can be done a few different ways, with different options in regards to the types of interest policies can earn, as well as the payment periods. You can pay for the life of a child, but for example, you could also pay for only 10 years or only 20 years and then never put any more money into it again. There's a variety of different ways that we can put this together to build them a lump sum of money that they can use down the road for things like their post-secondary education, maybe the down payment on their next home, or even capital to start a business. The third one is because it also gives them a great start in retirement. Assume you put money into a policy for 20 years. And then you never added another dollar. Although you are no longer contributing, the money within the policy is still earning compound interest. So in the event of our kids deciding they don't want to go to school, or maybe they get a scholarship that pays for it, or they've saved up enough money themselves for a down payment, or they just don't want to or need to use the money that's in the policy, the cash value that is built up in there will still continue to grow for the next 40 years until they hit retirement, even though, again, you haven't put any more money into it in this scenario. So by the time they reach retirement age, you have signed the policy over to them, and they now have access to a healthy amount of money that can supplement their retirement income. And the last reason I love permanent life insurance for our kids is it also protects our legacy as a family. Because we decided to purchase permanent insurance, this means that no matter what happens after I'm gone, whenever my child passes away, the policy is guaranteed to pay out money to their kids, my grandchildren, regardless of whatever age that may be. This would be different than the potential scenario that could happen with a term insurance policy, where if my kids live past the 20 or 30-year period that it covered, my grandkids could potentially not receive anything. And that doesn't mean that term isn't a good option. It's actually a really great product and useful for a lot of situations, but we like the idea of guaranteeing that at least the next couple of generations of our family are gonna get a head start in life. Now, if you learned something today, I would love to hear about it down in the comments. And as always, please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to hear more. And check out my Instagram page where I post a lot of content around personal finance, developing a business mindset, and daily inspiration. Thanks for watching.